Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for coming in today.
Can you tell me about yourself?
Can you tell me about yourself?
What interests you about this position?
What interests you about this position?
Why do you want to work for our company?
Why do you want to work for our company?
What are your greatest strengths?
What are your greatest strengths?
What is your biggest weakness?
What is your biggest weakness?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Can you describe a challenging situation you faced at work?
Can you describe a challenging situation you faced at work?
How do you handle stress and pressure?
How do you handle stress and pressure?
What is your management style?
What is your management style?
How would your colleagues describe you?
How would your colleagues describe you?
What motivates you to succeed?
What motivates you to succeed?
Why should we hire you?
Why should we hire you?
What do you know about our company?
What do you know about our company?
What are your salary expectations?
What are your salary expectations?
How do you prioritize your tasks?
How do you prioritize your tasks?
Can you give an example of a time you showed leadership?
Can you give an example of a time you showed leadership?
What is your greatest professional achievement?
What is your greatest professional achievement?
How do you stay organized in your work?
How do you stay organized in your work?
Why are you leaving your current job?
Why are you leaving your current job?
How do you handle conflict with coworkers?
How do you handle conflict with coworkers?
What are your career goals?
What are your career goals?
How do you keep your skills updated?
How do you keep your skills updated?
What would your previous boss say about you?
What would your previous boss say about you?
How do you define success in your career?
How do you define success in your career?
What makes you unique compared to other candidates?
What makes you unique compared to other candidates?
How do you work in a team environment?
How do you work in a team environment?
Tell me about a time you learned from a failure.
Tell me about a time you learned from a failure.
What are you passionate about in your work?
What are you passionate about in your work?
How do you handle constructive criticism?
How do you handle constructive criticism?
What is your preferred work style?
What is your preferred work style?
How do you stay motivated during repetitive tasks?
How do you stay motivated during repetitive tasks?
What hobbies do you have outside of work?
What hobbies do you have outside of work?
How do you manage tight deadlines?
How do you manage tight deadlines?
What type of work environment do you thrive in?
What type of work environment do you thrive in?
How do you approach problem solving?
How do you approach problem solving?
What is your greatest accomplishment outside of work?
What is your greatest accomplishment outside of work?
How do you adapt to change in the workplace?
How do you adapt to change in the workplace?